Being the owner of a hair salon, many women come to me struggling with trying to keep their hairlines healthy. So today I'm giving you 5 ways you can treat your edges right. Hi, I'm Stephanie, the hair care coach, and I help women of African descent get and keep healthy hair. So make sure that you like and subscribe so you can ensure that you will always get the latest video. So today we are talking about keeping our hairlines healthy, or as we like to say, our edges. And I am giving you 5 ways to treat your edges right. So let's dive right in. I have some notes here off to the right, so I'm going to be glancing over to the right from time to time so I can stay on track. But the first thing you want to do is to moisturize. You cannot moisturize enough. Now, believe it or not, the number one reason that hair is thinning or breaking is not because of some outside factor, but it's because it's just dry. And so when especially if you use things like edge controls and like to put products on it, you want to keep your hairline or you want to keep your edges moisturized. Now, when I say moisturize, I don't mean grease. There is a difference between grease and moisture. Grease is not moisture, especially the grease that you can get in a jar. Most of them contain lanolin, waxes, and paraffins, and it kind of just sits on top of the hair, and it really does not feed the hair the moisture it needs. So you want to use things that are more natural, like shea butters. You can use natural carrier oils like almond oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, or you can also use products designed for moisture and hair, like hair moisturizing lotions and creams. Number 2, you need to choose a better edge control product. Excuse me. Now, most hair care products are not created equal, and edge control is no different. Now, I can go really kind of deep into it, but I'm just going to give you the surface of this. What you want to do is you need to stay away from something called Cedarith 25 and PEG 7 glycerol cocoate. And I have a jar of edge control here. All you need to do is just look at the ingredients on the back of the jar, and if you see either of these products more than halfway up on the ingredients list, it's too much of it in there. You want to stay away from it. Now, the kicker is these 2 ingredients are, one is a really harsh alcohol. That is the Cedarith 25, and you can move down to the Cedarith 20 or the cedaryl alcohol. Those are not as harsh, but the 25 is really harsh. Know that the 20 and the cedaryl alcohol is not as harsh, so it's not going to bind the hair as quickly. And that's what this ingredient does. What it does is it binds the hair really quickly, holds it down, and you don't have to wait for it to dry. So if you do get a edge control that does not contain these 2 ingredients, which is the Cedarith 25 or the PEG 7 glycerol cocoate, you need to tie down your hair the night before. So if you're going to be wearing a bun or a ponytail, put it on the night before, tie it down, and give the product enough time to set. It's going to dry, it's going to set, and then you should be able to make it through most of the day. If you put it on in the morning, 9 times out of 10, it's not as binding. It takes too long to dry, and your hair will puff right through the product, okay? And if you want to know more about it, I'll leave a link in the description to the actual post where you can read more about these ingredients in edge control. The next thing you want to do is you want to stay away from moisture absorbing fabrics. Now, most of us know, and if you don't know, I'm going to mention it anyway. When you go to sleep, you want to make sure that you tie your hair in either a satin or a silk headscarf, sleep in a satin or silk bonnet, or on a satin or silk pillowcase if you don't want, your head covered. Now, the reason being is because, of course, the hair slides on it. And so when the hair slides, it's not being pulled and it's not going to break. But this also pertains to hats, scarves, And even the headrest in your car. I had a client, now this has absolutely nothing to do with your edges, but it does have to do with breaking hair. I had a client whose hair kept breaking right here in the center back of her head, and it was because she had fabric seats in her car. So it was a really quick fix. She just wrapped a silk headscarf around the top of her headrest. So now when she drives and she's turning her head to turn a corner, or she's talking to people, or she's reaching for her radio or something like that, her hair doesn't rub against it and gets broken. And because that silk is there, it just slides. And so we have managed to cut down on the breakage, and the hair has grown back. So you always want to stay away from those moisture absorbing fabrics. Next, you want to go easy on the tension. That is for the braids, the weaves, the ponytails, the buns, and the cornrows. Now, especially if you're wearing a weave or some cornrows or individual braids, when the hairstyle is finished, it feels like your skin is still constantly being pulled, it is done just a little too tight, especially after a couple of days. Maybe the first day you might feel it, but if it doesn't ease up after that first day, it was done entirely too tight. Make sure that the next time you get it done, you ask your stylist to kind of ease up on that. Also, if you have these fine little bumps around your hairline after you pull your hair up in a ponytail, or you're getting braids or weaves, those bumps is a sign that the follicle is being stretched to its limit. That is at its tension point, the furthest that it can go. And the next step is you're actually going to lose your hair. So if you do have those little bumps around your hairline, give your hair a break and give it time to heal. The body is designed to heal. That includes your scalp, and it can heal, but you have to give it a break. So if you are having those signs, give it a break, give it a rest, change up the hairstyle, and then come back to that hairstyle a little later. And the fifth and final thing I want to talk to you about is feeding the hairline with growth promoting oils, not grease. I just talked about grease, but growth promoting oils. And if you know anything about me, you know I am a strong supporter of essential oils. And because we use all of these products that contain synthetic materials that kind of strips our hair of its natural moisture and its natural nutrients, we need to replace it with natural and not try to replace it with synthetic materials. And that's where the essential oils comes in. And you can make yourself an easy hair growth oil by using a carrier oil, a nice carrier oil, and an essential oil that is most beneficial for the particular issues that you're having, or just for you. You know, you may be allergic to certain things, or you may have diabetes, or you may be on certain medications. And so there are certain essential oils that can help you with that. Now, I can't go deep into that right now on how you do that for yourself, but I have created a free training where I teach you all about the essential oils and how you can craft a growth oil just for yourself that you can use around your edges. Because just know that the essential oils, being part of your regular hair care routine, will always help you keep healthy hair. So on that note, we have run through all 5 of the tips that I have for you to treat your hairline right. And once again, I'm going to mention that free training I have if you want to know more about how to get and keep your hair healthy. So on that note, I am going to say goodbye, and I will see you next time. Bye.